To answer your question, I'm going to relate to a psychologist called Benjamin Bloom's, and he has a taxonomy. And he says traditionally, regular education stays at the bottom level of knowledge acquisition. As you move up through his taxonomy, you get to analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. What I do with these kids, the toolbox is, this is what you know, this is what you've retained in memory. Now can you apply this information? For gifted children, we need to stay up there in analysis, synthesis, and evaluation part of a curriculum, which is, now that you have this information, you solve this problem. And I back off. I don't spoon feed them. What I do is I become the keeper of the information. And they have to negotiate when I'm going to give them answers when I really believe that they don't know. Now, let me relate to another famous person. There's a social cognition, Vygotsky. He's an incredible thinker in cognition. Constructivism. And he says that for children of all ages, we should teach when they're in what he calls the zone of proximal development. That zone of proximal development is a point where the kids can't go forward unless they have help from a knowledgeable individual. And that could be another student or it could be a teacher. I'm very sensitive to that when they need me, because I throw things out and say, deal with it. And I want them to look at their toolbox, and I want them to struggle with the problem. And then when I sense that no one in the class can move forward, I then insert myself back into the environment and say, well, what would you like to know? And I make them struggle to articulate that piece, and that's what I want them to do.